Basement Sports Podcast, episode number 7. Lucky number 7. What a better time for lucky number 7 to come than right now. Playoff football starts this weekend. Do we have a dog in the fight?
Hell no. We're Jets and Steelers fans.
The fucking Jets cost me my playoff spot. Fucking Joe Flacco.
Elite.
That won't stop us from predicting who will win the Super Bowl. We got all the predictions coming up this episode. You fired up even though you don't got a dog?
I'm ready.
Alright.
Football, baby.
Playoff football, best time of the year. Let's fucking do it. Alright, we have some absolute snoozers this upcoming weekend.
It's not the best of slates.
It's not. Every single one of these games is a rematch from a matchup earlier in the season, though, which I think is kind of cool. So all of these teams have seen each other before. I mean, obviously some matchups, Bucks-Cowboys, that was a Week 1 matchup. They're two totally different teams than they were in Week 1. Whereas, like, Niners-Seahawks is a divisional one, and then Bills-Fins, Bengals-Ravens is also a divisional matchup. So
a lot of injuries, though, in those two matchups.
A lot of injuries, which is going to cause for some snoozers.
But who knows? Maybe we get an epic upset.
Maybe. Let's start in the AFC, because I think we both agree that it is a little easier to predict the AFC.
Yeah.
Let's start.
At least this week.
Yes. Because they are top heavy. Let's start with the 2-seed Buffalo Bills hosting the 7-seed Miami Dolphins. Of course, the Dolphins get in by a 9-6 victory over the fucking Jets.
That was a god-awful game.
I'm telling you.
Terrible.
Nobody wants to watch Skylar Thompson this weekend. Everybody wishes it was Kenny Pickett in there. Unless you're a Dolphins fan. But even then, I don't know if you guys are prepared to get destroyed. And I'm not saying the Steelers would have beat Buffalo, but we would put up a better fight than Skylar Thompson will.
Spread on that one is Bills -13. That's how they feel about Skylar Thompson.
I don't know if they're covering, but I'm taking the Bills. Give me the Bills, obviously, to win.
That one's easy. Bills, they might be. I mean, them and the Chiefs are the top two dogs you got to think in the AFC. Yeah. You know, we could talk for an hour about what happened, unfortunately, a few weeks ago, who got fucked, who didn't. They got the 2-seed, though. They're playing this weekend. Like we said, they're playing a backup quarterback.
A third-string quarterback.
Yeah, third string. Miami haven't looked good since November.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're dead.
It's easy. Give me the Bills.
The 3-seed in the AFC, the Cincinnati Bengals, whose fans were bitching way too much for the situation, okay? You were getting the home playoff game if you beat...
Who's a Bengals fan? I don't know.
There weren't any until 3 years ago.
I don't know if I even know a Bengals fan. I feel like I know one, and by the end of this episode, it's going to come to me. But
I deal with some on Twitter because I'm on Steelers Twitter, obviously, so I go through Bengals Twitter.
You know who's the Bengals fan? Danny Hurley, UConn basketball coach.
Well, I'm pissed at Danny Hurley right now.
He was thinking too much about this matchup instead of preparing for Marquette last night. If you follow UConn basketball, go give my blog a read.
Absolutely.
Talking about Hurley, talking about the UConn basketball team. They're having a good year, but a whole lot of inconsistencies. But anyways, go read it.
Bengals Ravens in Cincinnati. Snoop Huntley is in line for this start. He practiced today, so he should be back. Lamar Jackson's played his last game as a Raven. That's a discussion for another time.
He's coming to the Jets.
That's a discussion for another time because this dude will go for on and on about that. Give me the Bengals in this matchup. What's the spread? You got it?
Spread on that's 9.5.
Yeah, give me the Bengals, Steven. I'll take the cover on that. Give me the Bengals.
I'll take the cover on that, too. I like the Bengals. They're a team that's rolling as good as anybody.
They're playing good football right now.
In the quarter that they played against the Bills, they went right down the field, scored, got the ball back. We're going down the field again. They're dangerous. And if things set up like we think they will next week, Bills-Bengals, that's going to be a hell of a game, man.
It is. We'll get to that when we get to the next round. The last game in the AFC, definitely going to be the tightest one, we think. I mean, anything can happen. Playoff football on any given Sunday, or Saturday in this case. This is the first playoff game, right? Early game? Or no, this is the late game Saturday. The Jacksonville Jaguars are hosting a playoff game.
How to catch yourself there. You thought you were wrong, but no, they are.
They're hosting a playoff game after having the number 1 pick in the last 2 seasons. They're hosting the Los Angeles Chargers. Justin Herbert gets his first sniff of playoff football against Trevor Lawrence and this young, feisty Jags team who I'm kind of falling in love with a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
Me too. Jags are dogs in this one.
A 1.5. I mean, it's nothing crazy.
But Dougie Peterson, he's putting that up. That's
bulletin board right there.
bulletin
Like,
board
we're home
right
dogs. Like, that's bulletin board right there. And Dougie P knows all about winning when he's a dog. Okay, he did it back in 2018 with the Eagles. They were dogs the entire way, and obviously they won the whole damn thing.
Listen, I know
this is tough.
A lot of people are gonna roll with the Chargers here because it feels like we've been waiting on this for a few years.
I've been a big Herbert guy.
In this team, they got talent all over the field. I'll say this though, Jaguars. How many wins in a row now? I want to say 7.
It's close, yeah. If not,
6 or 7 wins in a row, playing as good as any team out there. Home game. Duval is going to be rocking, man. They're going to be rocking.
Jackson, the mascot.
My man Eric Dunn, follow him on Twitter. Big Jaguars fan. He's been waiting for this for a while. I like the Jags in this one. This morning, if you asked me, I would have gone Chargers, but the more I've thought about it, the more I've considered it, I like the Jags, man. They're rolling. They're rolling.
They're fucking hot, dude.
It's not like the Chargers are playing bad football either. They came down the stretch. They needed to win games to get one of those final 2 wild card spots. They took care of business. They're playing good football too, but
2 of the most aggressive coaches in the NFL too. I mean, these are 2 guys that take chances.
There's just something about the Jaguars, man. It feels like they're playing with house money. Like you said, two years in a row, number 1 overall pick. Nobody quite expected them to get to this point. If they lost this game on Saturday, nobody's pointing fingers or really being upset. I mean, obviously the guys in that locker room, they want to win and everything, but really no matter what happens, you're looking at this as an extremely positive season for the Jaguars, stepping in the right direction. They're playing with house money, man. Dougie P's going to go out there. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at Staley and the Chargers. Give me Duval in this one. Absolutely. Hammer it. Hammer it. What do you got?
Give me the Bolts. I'm going to do it. Give me Herbert. Give me the Chargers. Okay? They got playmakers on that defense, okay? I mean, their run game is sus. Or their run defense, I should say, is sus. Travis Etienne might go for 150, okay? But what the Chargers can do, I mean, expect Derwin James to make a big play. He's gonna step up and make a play. I did not mean to set that up for him, okay? It just kind of happened that way. Expect Derwin to make a big play in this one. I really like what they got going on the offensive side of the ball. Okay, the fact that they lost Mike Will potentially because they were playing in a game that meant nothing is kind of annoying. Austin Eckler is going to score a touchdown, maybe 2, because that's literally the only thing that guy fucking does. All the thing that guy does is score touchdowns. I'm a big Herbert guy. I've been a big Herbert guy. I'm a big anti-Tua guy. So this will just build my case as to why the Dolphins fucked up not taking Herbert if Herbert can win this playoff game. So give me Chargers, give me Herbert on the road in Duval.
I tell you what, the Chargers win this game. That's going to be a really fun game next week against the Chiefs.
That's another thing that set it up. So I'm going to go LA Chargers. That's the AFC. NFC now. Let's go back to the top. The 2 seed. If you've been listening, following along, you know I am in love with this team. The San Francisco 49ers are hosting Geno fucking Smith in the Seattle Seahawks. Who the fuck had this team in the playoffs? I don't even know if Pete Carroll had this team in the playoffs.
Geno had Geno in the
Everyone wrote Geno off, but guess what? He ain't right back. The
yet.
Seahawks travel to Santa Clara to take on the Niners. With all that hype about the Seahawks being said, give me the Niners. I mean, dude, this team is fucking elite.
I tell you one thing, though. I'm looking at this more and more. And I told you earlier, like,
a 7 seed has never won since the playoffs expanded, by the way.
He said it. Now it's going to happen. Listen, I told you, like, something. I love this Niners team, too. Not as much as you, but... Like,
don't do it.
But I told you, like, I just have that feeling like they're
do it. They've won, like, 5 or 6 in a row.
I tell you one thing. Pete Carroll's a damn good coach, especially when the money's on the line. And he's been in...
I don't know, Mo. All he had to do was give Marshawn the ball at the goal line.
Outside of that. But I wish go back to when they won that division with like 7 wins and beat Drew Brees in his prime. Like, he gets it done in the playoffs. And you know what? I'm not going to sit up here and just agree with this guy.
Don't do it!
Give you the most
don't do it!
Ever. I had the 49ers, but god damn it, give me the Seahawks, give me Geno Smith. I don't know why, but in the last 5 minutes, I just absolutely love that pick. And Gino's going to round two. Let's check. What is the spread on that? I gotta get this.
I think it's like 9.5, 8.
I tell you what, I'm hammering that. It's 10.
I don't know if I'm taking the Niners to cover, but they're gonna win this game.
It's the first playoff game of the year too, which means it's either gonna be a dog shit game
or a phenomenal all-timer.
Game. And I'm taking a phenomenal upset matchup. Geno Smith, baby. Give it to me. Seahawks.
Give me Purdy and the Niners. All right.
I like Brock Purdy, but I just have that feeling. Like
they're due for a stinker, it feels like, but I just can't. Their team is so fucking good, dude. I mean, I'm pretty sure Kyle Shanahan could get me open. That's how fucking good of a coach he is, okay?
We'll see.
We'll see. I'll talk more about their defense in the next round. Vikings-Giants. The 3-seed Minnesota Vikings hosting the G-Men. Another team that everyone's like, how the fuck did they end up here, right? Daniel Jones, Brian Dable.
No one saw this coming earlier back in the summer.
Good for the Giants.
I told a Giants fan I'd be surprised if they saw 3 wins this year, and they saw them like the first 3 weeks.
Yeah. Vikings 3-point favorites in Minnesota.
This is like the most popular
upset pick.
Like
which makes me fall in love with the Minnesota Vikings.
The majority of people like the Giants in this one.
They're scared of primetime Kirk.
I saw an ESPN graphic that I think it had like 10 people picking the game, something like that. And I want to say like only 2 or 3 went with the Vikings.
They're scared of primetime Kirk. I'm not scared of primetime Kirk, okay? People forget that Kirk Cousins once went down to New Orleans and beat Drew Brees in a playoff game, okay?
The thing with this one, and talking about primetime Kirk and everything, there's a couple things to talk about. One, it's 4:30. 4:30 out in Minnesota, which for Kirk that's 3:30. So we're teetering on the line of late night primetime. But you also have to standalone game, nationally televised game. Kirk also that hasn't been good. I know we talk about primetime Kirk a lot, but we've seen a lot of
on Fox too.
He played on a Saturday. Christmas Eve, I think it was, standalone. So maybe it's not necessarily primetime Kirk. Maybe it's just standalone game, nationally televised Kirk.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
That's his new nickname.
Does Kirk Cousins want to shut the fuck? Tell everyone to shut the fuck up. Win this game, Kirk. I'm taking the Vikings.
The Giants gave them a dogfight last matchup.
Yes.
I'm gonna pull up the score in that really quick. 24-27. Vikings escaped. It was a home game. I think home field advantage will play a little bit of a factor.
Gets loud in that dome.
I've gone a couple bold picks. Jaguars, Seahawks. I think we'll dial it back a little bit here. Give me the Vikings. I know a lot of people are down on them, but they got Justin Jefferson. They got Dalvin Cook. Pound the rock. Giants have a good defense, so they're good. Vikings, they're gonna have to earn everything.
Giants are a good team. We're not dogging the Giants, but.
But listen, if you're the Vikings, man, there is no excuse for Daniel Jones in that offense to put up more points than you.
That's the thing, bro.
People don't even talk about they are down so many wide receivers.
Yeah, dude,
Darius
they have
Slayton,
nobody's catching balls.
I like Darius Slayton; he's a good depth piece and everything, but he's basically their number one now. Yeah. There's no excuse. I know the Vikings don't have a great defense. They're not the purple people eaters of the past, but they're good enough. Yeah. Pat Peterson, you can't get burnt 2-3 times a game. No. I think the biggest thing for them, don't let Daniel Jones run all over you.
That's the thing.
We know he likes
Put the spy out there.
But yeah, I'm with you. Give me the Vikings.
All right, the last NFC matchup in Wild Card Weekend. It's the Monday night game. Bucks Cowboys. Bucks at home. The NFC South winners taking on the Cowboys, who went 13-4, 12-5. 12-5.
Fuck this game, man.
I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea who I want to win or who I'm gonna pick.
Listen, we both hate Tom Brady and we both really don't like the Cowboys.
Yeah, we're gonna put that disclaimer on that.
So it's there.
This game sucks.
I don't want any of them to win. Could this end in a tie that never ends and we just say?
Can we just have the Niners and Seahawks both advance?
I'll take that. But
with that being said, we gotta pick somebody.
It's hard to pick.
How am I gonna? Yeah, dude.
Yeah, they could be 3-14.
Cowboys looked like dick last week, dude, and they were trying. Don't give me Cowboys fans. Don't fucking come at me with we weren't really trying. Then why the fuck was Dak Prescott in there in the third quarter when you were chasing 15 to the fucking Washington Commies with a third-string quarterback?
What are your thoughts on Dak Prescott?
He's as mid gets, okay? I had this conversation with Cowboys fans when we were watching a game, and they were like, you can't name 10 quarterbacks better than Dak Prescott. I named about 10, maybe 11. It was borderline.
I'm not... I'm not...
He's not a bottom half of the league quarterback, but he's not a top 10 quarterback, okay? He's not... I don't know. He's mid. It's what he is. He's mid. He's average.
It's a big test for him. You beat Brady. You have
on the road, too. Yep.
You have a good playoff run, then you'll get some more respect. I mean, 2-3 weeks ago, I would have hammered the Cowboys no problem.
They don't look good.
They haven't looked as good lately. The Bucs...
The Bucs,
they haven't looked good all year, but they also had to win some games down the stretch to close out that division title. They did that. You gotta think they're a little bit of a different team come the playoffs. It's like I don't want to see either of them win.
I'm gonna go Dallas because the winner, if I'm correct, and the Niners and Vikings both winning, the winner of this game goes to Philly. I'm going to go Dallas. I think Dallas-Philly is fun. Division matchups and playoffs are fun. I'll take Dallas in this matchup, but I don't feel good about it. If you're betting this game, maybe seek help, because who the fuck knows what's going to happen.
This is just... what spread on that one is Dallas 2.5. Minus 2.5. Listen, who the hell would I be if I picked Tom Brady? I hate you. You know it. I know you're watching. I'm speaking to you, Tom. You're watching this to motivate you before the game.
We're giving him this win by picking against him.
Yeah, we are, but still.
It's not going to stop us.
I hate you so much that I wouldn't pick you against a Pop Warner team. You fucking asshole. I hope you lose, and I hope you retire. Neither of them will probably happen.
No, probably not.
Give me the Cowboys.
Divisional round. We'll start in the AFC since we've been doing AFC first. Let's start at the top again. Kansas City Chiefs I have them hosting the LA Chargers. You have them hosting the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll go first in this matchup. The Chiefs is the Chiefs. That's all I have to say. They get a week off. They're going to come back ready to go. Divisional matchup. These two teams know each other very well. This could be a very exciting game. With that being said, give me the team that has Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and I'm going to throw Juju Smith-Schuster in there because I have an unboiling love for Juju Smith-Schuster. Sorry about it. Not sorry about it. Give me the Chiefs over the Chargers.
Give me the Chiefs, too. I mean, if they play the Jaguars, if they play the Chargers, whoever it'll be, like you say, Chiefs are the Chiefs. That offense is too good. The defense, they do enough. You gotta give
Getting this week off is big for them.
It is.
Did they kind of backdoor their way into it a little bit? I'm not going to disagree, but Bills Mafia, I get it.
They got a little lucky, but
you know
I'm with you.
Takes a little luck to win in this league. Ask fucking Malcolm Butler. Okay? Yeah. All right.
Now we both took the Bills and the Bengals.
Yes.
You want to kick this one off first?
Bills Bengals, man. This is going to be fun.
Bengals looked like the better team in that quarter.
The 8 minutes we saw, yes.
They did play. Just throwing that out there.
Bills Mafia hasn't had a home playoff game in how long? Because they had one during COVID. That's not the same.
Well, last year, the first round against the Patriots last year.
Okay.
But after the first round,
yeah.
I mean, I don't think I was even born.
This stadium will be rocking. Okay?
It will. I'll tell you what, I didn't mention it earlier. It'll be rocking this week. Imagine if DeMar Hamlin comes out, which I would live bet every penny I have on the Buffalo Bills. I think that could very well happen. I almost want them to save it, though.
That's what I'm saying. Save it for this Bengals game.
You're going to roll over Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, save it for this Bengals game.
Because you played it was against the Bengals when it happened.
Save it for the Bengals game. With that being said, give me the Buffalo Bills. I'll tell you this. If the AFC ran through Buffalo, if they had the 1 seed and they were going through Buffalo, I like the Bengals' chances of going to Buffalo to beat Buffalo more than I like Kansas City's chances. The Bills, though, they seem like a team of destiny a little bit. I mean, that's going to backfire on me in 5 minutes when I don't pick them to get to the Super Bowl, but spoiler alert, sorry about it. Give me the Bills in this matchup to set up Bills-Chiefs, It's what we all want to see. The playoff rules were changed because of these two teams. We all want to fucking see it. Give me Josh Allen and give me the Bills to get to the AFC Championship.
I like them too. Team of Destiny, they're playing for a lot.
Yeah.
You'd be a bastard to pick against the Bills right now. And listen, if they're going to get it done, though, that defense has to show up. They're too good to let Joe Burrow go down the field like that and score on you. That was too easy. The Bengals made it look too easy. But give me Josh Allen. Give me that squad.
Yeah.
I like them.
They're wagging right now.
Playing for DeMar. I think the Bengals' luck from last year is going to run out this year. They'll get that win against the Ravens this weekend, but give me the Bills setting up for a rematch. One of the best games we've ever seen.
Yeah. Decided by a fucking coin toss.
Of the Chiefs and Bills. I like that.
NFC. I'm looking at this and it's kind of making me gross. I'm not going to lie. The 1 seed Eagles hosting the 5 seed Cowboys. Gross. I mean, can I pick a matchup of two teams I hate more? I mean, it'd be Ravens Bengals, but I don't think there's two NFC teams I hate more than these two. I just don't. Maybe the Bucks because of Tom Brady.
Maybe the Saints. Those fucks.
Yeah, we do love Jameis around here. Gross. I don't know. We haven't seen these two teams healthy face each other yet this year. The first time they played was at the Link, and you had Cooper Rush playing for the Cowboys. That was when Dak was hurt. And then a couple weeks ago when they played in Jerry World, Jalen was hurt, so it was Gardner Minshew, and the Eagles still almost beat them. How do you pick against the fucking Eagles at the Link right now?
Be tough.
My thing is, all right, I'll say this about Eagles fans. Or two Eagles fans, not about Eagles fans. I'd be a little nervous. Jalen didn't look good. He looked rusty. And he's getting another week off. I get it. They're like, oh, it's because he wasn't 100% healthy.
Is the week off better or worse for him and the Eagles?
They're rusty. Like Jalen hasn't.
Valid question.
Jalen hasn't played a full go 100% game by the time this game kicks off in what 4 or 5 weeks. Like whoever's playing them, whether it's the Cowboys, whether it's the Bucks, whether one of the Giants or even the Seahawks, like you have it. Whoever it is. Better jump on this team early, I think, because they might come out rusty. With that being said, I don't have it in me to pick the fucking Cowboys. Give me the Eagles to make it to the NFC Championship game. They're not going to lose at the Link to the Cowboys in the playoffs. It's just not happening. I'm sorry. As much as I hate to say it, it's the truth. You have the Eagles playing the Seahawks.
Well, why don't you go through your two divisional matchups, just because mine are a little different than what you had.
And then I have Niners, Vikings. I fucking feel like such a dweeb picking both 1 and 2 seeds in both fucking conferences. Oh, dude. I feel like a dweeb.
I feel like if it's going to happen in either or, it's going to happen in the NFC. I say that, but I did pick the Seahawks to beat the Niners.
Give me the Niners over the Vikings, dude. Like, this would really be primetime Kirk. I can't back down on the Niners. I've been on the Niners all fucking year. I'm going to stay on the Niners. Eagles, Niners in the NFC Championship. Both 1s and 2s in both. I know I'm a stooge. I don't know shit about fuck. I know. Yell at me in the comments. I know. All right. What do you got?
So my first matchup, number 1 seed Eagles. I got them facing the Seahawks. Like I said, I just have a feeling they're going to pull it off.
Talked himself into it.
I don't think they're pulling this one off, though. I'd be really bold to say the Seahawks are going to the NFC Championship. I won't be that bold. Give me the Eagles. I like that squad. I think they're just loaded all around. I think the week off will be better for Jalen Hurts and the rest of this team rather than maybe hurt them. They could, they need to get healthy. Everybody needs to get healthy at this point, so it's a huge advantage. Same as playing at the Link, home field advantage. That place gets rocking. You don't want to go in Philly and play against those fans. So, give me the Eagles there. Other matchup, Vikings-Cowboys. It's a toss-up. That one's a toss-up.
It would be in Minnesota.
In Minnesota, this has been the Vikings all year, and really you could say the same about the Cowboys.
Yeah, they're on a stretch. They lose 1, win 4, lose 2, win 2. They're weird.
I haven't loved them lately. If they pull off a win, which I do think that they will against the Bucks, that will be a huge step forward. But I still like this Vikings team enough to get to the NFC Championship. It feels like they're almost destined to do that. Just the way that this season worked out for them, the way they just found ways to win games. I would love to see that Eagles-Vikings matchup in the NFC Championship. Not that I'm a massive, not that I'm a huge Kirk Cousins guy, but I don't not like him. I like to see Kirk do good. You know?
And Justin Jefferson's fucking awesome to watch.
Exactly. And I love me some Dalvin Cook. You know, I like that team. Give me the Vikings over the Cowboys. Close game. I think it'll be a game-winning field goal. Is Greg Joseph their kicker? Still the kicker?
Still indoors too. Kicking indoors a little bit easier.
This time they will make that field goal. Remember, 10 years ago against the Seahawks, they missed I saw that video. I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
How many years ago it was yesterday? Missed a 29-yard field goal. Woof. I don't think that's happening this year. Greg Joseph's doing it against the Cowboys. Give me an Eagles-Vikings NFC Championship.
All right, championship weekend. Got to start in the AFC. We have the same matchup: Bills-Chiefs in Atlanta. This will not be in Arrowhead.
Atlanta.
This will be in Atlanta. I already said mine. I spoiled it last round. The Bills feel like a team of destiny. With all that being said, I say it all the fucking time because our group chat, every time the Chiefs are going to lose to a bad team, the group chat goes, "Yeah, what the fuck's happening?" And I literally just text, "The Chiefs is the Chiefs," and then guess what? They fucking find a way to win because they're the fucking Chiefs. That's my motto all the time with this team. Did it cost me a bunch of money when they lost the Super Bowl that one year because I kept live betting them? Yes. But I'm going to ride with it. The Chiefs is the Chiefs, baby. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs to move on to the Super Bowl.
I like the Chiefs, too. I think a lot of people are, denying their greatness, denying Mahomes' greatness. We spend a whole lot of time talking about Josh Allen, how good he is, talking about Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, which they all are great, but let's not forget Mahomes has a Super Bowl. He's got an MVP. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. He's been to how many conference championships? Stop putting people ahead of him. The dude's the best in the league. He's been the best last few years.
Listen, somebody earlier in the year had a comparison when Josh Allen had a rough stretch. He had 2 games in a row where it was not great. They were like, we're going to see this for the next 15 years. There's going to be guys that come in and you're going to assume that they're the best quarterback in the league, this and that. Then they're going to have a rough stretch. And meanwhile, the entire time they're having that rough stretch, Pat Mahomes is going to be quietly doing the same thing he's been doing for years.
Pat Mahomes hasn't had a rough stretch.
He hasn't.
He's
the fucking guy. It's Pat Mahomes and then everyone else. Pat Mahomes is his own tier of NFL quarterback. He's that fucking guy. Okay? Give me Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl. Pat Mahomes is unbelievably stupid good at football. Absolutely. It's ridiculous.
And you know what hasn't really been talked about a whole lot about him this year? He's doing it without Tyreek. Tyreek Hill just left him. He wanted out of Kansas City. And the guy put up another MVP season. Should probably win that award. That could be a whole nother conversation. Yeah. It'll be close. He'll be a top 2 or 3 finish. But he's done that without Tyreek Hill. It's not like they have a great wide receiver group. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot that you would look around the NFL and say, at least on paper.
He still has Travis Kelce. We're not going to ignore that. Okay, we get it, but
take the quarterback away, and you're just picking the wide receiver room. There's a lot that you would pick over, Mecole Hardman, Juju Smith-Schuster.
No disrespect, love you, Juju.
And he just gets it done. Give me the Chiefs, baby.
Travis Kelce. I listen to New Heights podcast with Travis and Jason Kelce every week.
Which, if we're listening to your podcast,
you should be listening to ours.
Listen to ours. What the fuck?
And they talked about it today about surprising things in the NFL season. Travis defended the fact that everyone was picking, because remember, that division played to beat the Chiefs. Okay, the Chargers went all in surrounding Herbert with talent. The fucking Broncos sold their soul for the worst quarterback in the league. And the Raiders, they're the Raiders. They tried.
Raiders made the playoffs last year, right?
Yeah. No. They would have if it was tied. They were close. They were half game out.
No, hold on. That was the overtime game against the Chargers. I remember if they tied.
Derek Carr called the timeout. You're right. I got it mixed up. Yeah, the Raiders made it. Chargers didn't. You're right. Okay.
But as I'm saying, they were a playoff team last year, and they invested in a lot more to make them even better this year.
As Travis Kelce reminded me today, Everybody wrote the fucking Chiefs off as far as, like, they're not going to be the 1 seed. They're not going to be the same without Tyreek Hill, this and that.
We're still here.
They're still fucking here, baby. Give me Pat Mahomes. Give me the Chiefs out of the AFC. In the NFC, we both have the Eagles playing in this game. I'll go first. I have them taking on the San Francisco 49ers. I'm sticking to my roots. I'm sticking to what I've been saying for weeks. I'm doing it. Give me the Niners. Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk. All of them. Studs. Give me the Niners. I absolutely love this team. What did I say a couple weeks ago? What is the most trusted unit in football? San Francisco 49ers defense. Nobody I trust in football more than the San Francisco 49ers defense. I don't care. I don't trust the Chiefs offense as much as I trust the Niners defense. That's fucking saying something. That's how much I fucking trust this defense. And if there's a coach that knows how to beat the Eagles as far as you have to keep the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hand, like Ron Rivera in Washington did earlier in the year, it'll be Kyle Shanahan with a system quarterback who's just got to check down to the open guys and hand the ball to Christian fucking McCaffrey. Give me the Niners to go into the link, Mr. Irrelevant, beating Jalen Hurts to get to the Super Bowl.
If Brock Purdy does that,
I want it noted that I've been on this Niners train forever. Brock Purdy, you get to the Super Bowl, I want your ass on this couch
Brock Purdy
for a live interview. I've been on this Niners wagon for weeks now.
Trey Lance could just
kick rocks. Brock Purdy's the guy.
He could start serving burgers in and out if that happens, or he could hold a clipboard somewhere else. So you got the Niners. My NFC Championship matchup, I like the Vikings going into Philly to take on the Eagles. I think it's going to be a great game.
If Kirk Cousins made a Super Bowl?
That would be bold.
That'd be awesome.
Now, these two matched up earlier in the year, if I'm not mistaken.
Eagles won.
Eagles did win.
It was on their stretch of undefeatedness earlier in the year.
24-7. It was week 2.
Yeah.
And then after that loss, the Vikings.
Vikings got a lot of criticism in that one.
It's tough to beat a team twice in any sport.
It is.
It's very tough. It's also tough going into Philly and beating a team in front of that crowd, in front of those fans. I like the matchup. I think it'll be a good game. I think the Vikings do fall short, though. I think the dream season ends there. Believe me, I want to. I want to put them there. If this matchup did come about, even though I'm picking the Eagles, I'd be pulling for the Vikings because I want to see that happen.
It's fuck Philly till it's
backwards. But I'm taking off my fan hat and I'm putting on the professional hat, and I'm saying, give me the Eagles. I hate to be that guy picking 1-1 in the Super Bowl, but
I got 1-2, so
I think the Eagles have been that much better than just about every team in the NFC this year. If things happen like I predicted and the 49ers are out of the picture, then it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
But I like this Super Bowl matchup, and it's going to be great headlines. Andy Reid coaching against his former team that threw him to the curb, said, "We're sorry, Coach. We've had a lot of great years, but it's time to move on." Well, Andy moved on, and he found someone hotter.
He did.
He upgraded.
He went from a 7 to a 10.
And I mean, even the Eagles, though, too.
Yeah, they won a Super Bowl, too.
They won a Super Bowl, so you can't knock them. But still, that would be a great matchup that I'd be excited for.
All right, Super Bowl time. We both have the Chiefs. I obviously have them facing the Niners, a rematch of a few years ago. Man, Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy. If he got here, first rookie quarterback ever starting a Super Bowl, it'd be awesome. With that being said, the Chiefs is the Chiefs, okay? I'll tell you this right now. If the Chiefs make the Super Bowl, I will be hammering the following. Juju Smith-Schuster, anytime touchdown score. Chiefs spread, I don't care what it is. Chiefs spread when they inevitably fall behind, because that's what they do. And Travis Kelce over receiving yards. Those seem like locks in big games, except the Juju touchdown. That's just more of a personal thing for me. Dude, this team is fucking phenomenal. Like, I don't know how any team's beating this fucking team, okay? Like, they can go into the locker room, flick this switch, and be like, yeah, we're gonna put up 40 today, and just flick the switch and do it. Like, it's
Niners defense, though, a couple years ago.
Said it.
They did a good job.
I literally just said it 45 seconds ago. I trust the Niners defense more than I trust the Chiefs offense. With that being said,
Except he doesn't.
except I do. Except I do. I do. I do. All right, let me explain myself here. I trust the Niners defense more than I trust the Chiefs offense.
But you trust the Chiefs defense more than...
I trust the Chiefs defense enough to not allow Brock Purdy and all the weapons to just milk the clock and keep Mahomes off the field. Andy Reid, too smart of a guy, too many cheeseburgers in that brain for him to just stop thinking of something to get Mahomes the ball in his hands to put up some points. Defenses get tired. Keeping up with that Chiefs offense ain't fun, okay? Obviously, there's no Tyreek Hill, but fucking Mecole Hardman knows how to run. Jerick McKinnon is a... Talk about touchdown scoring machines with Austin Eckler. Jerick McKinnon's a fucking touchdown scoring machine. That dude fucking scores more touchdowns than anyone, it feels like. Give me the Chiefs over the Niners in the Super Bowl.
One thing I'll say, just talking about your matchup and just talking about the 49ers in general, I think no matter who they play this postseason, whatever round it might be, you got to think the game plan is you got to rattle his cage. You got to make the last pick in the draft a rookie feel uncomfortable because he's felt pretty damn comfortable.
They have a great old line, though.
He's felt pretty damn comfortable in his time out there, so you got to be thinking that, like, this week, Pete Carroll's going to dial up the pressure, look to get home on him, put his ass on the ground, make him force turnovers. You got to think that's the game plan, and I feel like whoever makes that happen, whether it's the Seahawks this week or down the road in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs possibly, whoever can do that is going to beat. I mean, I get that it's, it sounds very simple and obvious saying it, but that's how the 49ers are going to lose because at some point in time, he's going to have to, step up and, whether it be, a huge game-winning drive or just, playing a safe 4 quarters. It's playoff football. You can't, it's a lot harder to hide, something like that now. Yeah. So, yeah, I think for the Chiefs, they get pressure. They rely on forcing turnovers. It's kind of been their bread and butter. Bend, don't break. They've been doing that for how many years now? Just focusing on your matchup against the Chiefs 49ers. To me, I would also like the Chiefs in that one just because I feel like they'll be able to make that happen. Yeah. They'll rattle his cage. They'll force the turnovers. They did it against Jimmy G a couple years back. Yeah. That's also why I said earlier I think they might be due for a goose egg. That they're going to drop one.
We'll see.
We'll see when it happens. My Super Bowl, the Andy Reid Bowl, Chiefs-Eagles, great matchup. 2 best teams in the league this year.
I'm going to hurl if he says what I think he might say here.
No, I won't go that far. Give me the Chiefs. Mahomes is due for another one. That sounds crazy.
That's so gross, dude. Meanwhile, this dude hasn't seen playoff football in 12 years.
We're all due. But this guy's due for it. The Eagles are good. I don't know if they're Chiefs good. I don't know if the Chiefs... I don't know if the Eagles are beating the Chiefs in this game, in this moment. Andy Reid would want it so bad.
He'd eat so many cheeseburgers in celebration.
He would want it more than that post-practice burger in the locker room. We've said it enough. I don't need to say it much more.
No, we've talked about it.
It's Pat Mahomes. It's Andy Reid. They get it done.
Give us the Chiefs.
Give it to me, baby. So 40 minutes later, we both agree on the Chiefs. That's how good they are, but that's our playoff.
It's not an unpopular pick. You know what? Some people are going to think the Bills, because the Bills are great. They, obviously playing for DeMar. The Bengals are a very good team. The only teams I truly can't see winning the Super Bowl, truthfully, I cannot see a path where the Ravens, Dolphins, Bucks, Cowboys, Seahawks, Giants. Those are the teams I can't see at all winning this game.
Bucks, I don't know.
It's hard for me to say that with Tom Brady, but I said it. You know what? Everyone else, I could pull out a reason for. I guess I could pull out a reason for every team if you absolutely held the gun to my head and made me choose, but
listen, while we're talking,
any given Sunday.
While we're talking now too, a little bit of breaking news, but we all really knew it. Lamar not expected to play on Sunday.
Yeah.
Looks like his days in the Ravens.
The uniform are numbered.
If not gone. Send them everything we got, Joe D. Send it all, because we need them.
That's for another episode. Any final words about this Chiefs Super Bowl?
Pat Mahomes, baby. This week, man, my favorite play I called that Seahawks win. At the very least,
he fell in love with it just talking about it.
At the very least, they're covering that. They're covering that 10-point spread. To me, that feels like easy money. Hammer it.
Go.
No, I'm just saying, hammer that 10 points.
It'll be fun.
Also, a couple messages before we go. Like always, follow us on all socials.
Absolutely. At Basement Sports. Make sure to like and subscribe. Okay, I see you guys are clicking the video and watching the video.
And we appreciate that.
Drop the like. The like helps so much. Just click that little thumbs up button.
2 more seconds to hit that subscribe button.
Absolutely.
Next thing, stay tuned. We're going to give you some of our best picks and best plays of
Wildcard Weekend. Twitter and Instagram, best spot for that.
And lastly, you might have seen it on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. We're running a Super Bowl squares bracket. We've got a lot of people participating so far, but still a lot of squares left out there. We will be taking 10% of the pot.
Yep, $10 a square.
To help us fundraise and fund some of our enterprises, some of the things that we're looking to do as we look to take Basement to the top. Obviously, it takes money to make money. We all know that. And
amen.
We need to do a little bit of fundraising. So, plenty of squares out there.
DM us on Twitter at Basement Sports, or if you know us personally, our personal accounts. Either or works. We'll get you the Venmo to send that out. $10 a square. Let us know. For Corey Pulaski, I'm Matt Polick. Basement Sports Podcast, episode 7 in the books. We will see you next week.
Thank you, everybody.
All right.